Hi, and welcome back to this week's edition of Hawk Talk. I'm Coulter Hickok.
I'm Mackenzie Grubbs.
And today we've got a brand new guest on, so please introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what do you do here at DSU.
My name's Brendan Schneiter. I'm from Florence, Montana, and I play baseball at DSU.
Montana guy.
Yep. How has the preseason been going for you guys so far?
It's been a lot of fun. We're putting a lot of time inside. I'm really looking forward to getting outside to play.
For sure. It's supposed to be warming up here pretty quick, so.
Yeah, we're hoping so.
Hopefully. Okay, so DSU did just bring the baseball team back this year. So Coulter and I were kind of thinking, what school do you think you would have ended up at had DSU not brought baseball back?
I think I would have ended up at Southwestern Oregon Community College. That was kind of my number 2 option.
So that's a ways.
I mean, we're happy that DSU came along for you and that brought you over to the good side of North Dakota.
Yeah, I was really happy
we
to
don't
see it.
really care about the eastern side, we care about the western side.
Yeah.
So how anxious are you guys to finally get back on the playing field after months of waiting?
Well, I was lucky enough, I got to play a full summer season last summer, but most of the guys on the team didn't. So it's really, really exciting to get outside and finally be able to get back on the diamond.
I mean, what position did you play in high school, and are you still playing this current position?
I am. I'm still playing first base.
Perfect.
I think my dad was a first baseman.
Was that in California?
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, all jokes aside. So since this is your first time on Hawk Talk, we do ask a couple fun questions, less serious, not about your sport. So what is your favorite baseball movie?
My favorite baseball movie is The Sandlot. Has been since I was younger.
It's classic.
I think mine was The Sandlot for a long time, but I think I got to switch it to Major League.
Yeah, that's fair.
Last night I was talking to Coulter and I was like, what's that movie with the talking baseball and the talking bat?
It's The Hero.
Yeah, I think that movie's hilarious. So, might be my favorite baseball one. And our second fun question, what do you do in your free time here now that you're in Dickinson?
Honestly, I spend a lot of time just kicking back. We try to stay busy, so any free time I have, I give my family a call, see how things are going back home, and just relax.
Sweet.
All right. So, as an individual, what are you most looking forward to about this upcoming season?
I tend to get sick of being cooped up inside, so I'm ready to go outside. It sounds like a simple thing, but it's big for me.
Awesome.
I can relate. So you guys do have a really young team, like probably 90% freshmen and sophomores on your team. What are some like advantages and disadvantages that come with that?
I kind of see it all as an advantage. We have enough older guys to feed experience into the younger guys, and we have an experience like to grow as a team. From freshman through senior, we get to grow together.
It's awesome.
Perfect. And so, Brendan, since this is your first time on Hawk Talk, we ask this everybody who comes on, but I want to ask you, what does DSU mean to you?
DSU has become a second home to me, and honestly, I never thought I'd say that. I was really uncomfortable leaving home. I'm the oldest child in my family, first one to leave, and DSU's been good to me. It's been a second home.
We love to hear that.
Awesome. Well, Brendan, I did forget your shirt, but I will get it to you eventually. But those shirts are sponsored by the DSU Heritage Foundation. So, Brendan, thank you very much for coming on. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for having me. I appreciate it.
Kenzie and I will be right back with another guest right after this.
Here come your Bulldogs. Steps into the throw, in the wind, down to the goal line, and caught! Touchdown, Blue Hawks!
And welcome back. As you can see, we kind of have a frequent flyer on Hawk Talk. So please introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what do you do here at DSU?
I'm Cleet Wrzesinski. I'm from Montana, kind of all over the place, and I'm going to school at DSU to be a PE teacher.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you on again. I mean, you were on with Seth, am I right?
Yeah, yep.
Perfect. So I don't really know how track has been going, but you want to recap the indoor track season so far for me?
So we've had like a little bit of a shorter season, it seems like a few less meets, but overall I feel like the team's done super well, like with what we've been given. We've got a few guys that qualified, and women too, for nationals, and then at the conference meet everybody balled out.
Perfect.
For For sure. So how does winning the first men's indoor title since 2008 feel?
It feels super good. That was 2018 was my freshman year when we were here, so we won the conference title that year. And then since then we haven't got it yet, and that was kind of a little bit of a disappointment, but we finally got a real good team together and everyone competed super hard to get that title.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting to be there. Should have been there.
Should have been, but I didn't really want to drive to Yankton, South Dakota.
Yeah, me either. Okay. So talk about your journey to DSU and like kind of your whole life. There was an article released about you and Renzi, but kind of like give us just a gist of everything that led you to North Dakota.
So I was born in Harleton, Montana, and grew up there until I was about 6 years old, and then my parents got jobs overseas in Pakistan. So I went to first and second grade over in Pakistan, and then we moved to China, Shanghai. And I lived there for about 8 years, and then spent a year back in Harleton, Montana, and then back to China for a year, and then we moved to Ennis, Montana for 2 years, my sophomore and junior year, and then my senior year I graduated in Baker, which is relatively close to here. And my dad is fairly active in the coaching community. He's got some good connections that way, so he was good friends with lots of the coaches here and just knew that the staff and the people here were a real good crew to come to. So, yeah.
Awesome.
It's an exciting life.
So during the recruiting process, when you were at Baker High School, did you ever think that you would be a multi-sport or a multi-position, or what would you call that?
Just a multi in the
Yeah.
track and field.
This was your question. I just happened to ask it. My bad.
I was always a little interested in the multi just because in track I've been doing a wide range of events, and actually some of the schools I was looking at going to some bigger schools, but when I talked to the coaches there, they weren't going to let me do the multi, so I knew I'd have a good opportunity to do it here. So that was part of the reason why I chose DSU.
Now, what events are in the multi, for those who don't know?
So indoor, we do the 60 hurdles, the long jump, the 60, the pole vault, shot put, and then the 1,000 meter, and I'm missing one in there.
High jump.
Yeah, high jump. Yep.
All right.
And then outdoor, we just add on javelin and the discus, and then a few of the events, just the distances change.
Gotcha.
Okay, Colter and I were kind of talking about what fun questions we could ask you last night, and so Colter was wondering, can you speak Mandarin? And if you can you teach us a phrase?
I can speak a little bit of it still. I feel like I'm losing some of it just because I haven't lived in China for a while, but
Right.
One good phrase would be "wo I DSU." It's like I love DSU.
Whoa, I DSU.
Yep. Yep.
All right. For
There you have it.
our Mandarin community, whoa, I DSU. That was beautiful. I will take that to my grave.
Okay, do you have any like pre-meet rituals or like rituals that you do before an event just to get ready or in the zone for anything?
I like to nap before my events, get charged up.
Kenzie said that was one of the things that you do quite frequently.
Yeah. I also like to listen to music, put in the earphones and just listen to some music that gets me juiced up.
I feel that. Kind of to get, especially for like me, the 800. I'm like, okay, you gotta get pumped up.
Yeah,
for
you got to
this,
get mentally
'cause-
prepared.
So, I mean, are your plans after college to go kind of the same route your parents did, or are you thinking about just staying in the States? But what are your future plans after college?
I think after I graduate, I'm going to try and kind of follow in the same footsteps that my parents did and try and get a job somewhere overseas, maybe with nice weather.
Yeah, good idea.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay, so since you're technically a senior, but a junior in track,
Yep.
we were kind of just thinking this would be a good question to ask you. If you could tell your freshman self one thing, what would it be?
Probably just enjoy my time here. It goes so quick. I feel like these past few years have just flown by, so just enjoy your time. Yeah.
I can relate.
It's pretty good advice.
Kind of crazy, graduating in a couple months. And final question, what does DSU mean to you?
DSU means a lot to me. I've met some of my best friends out here. I really like the opportunity that I've had in track to compete. And then as well, like the education part, I really like all my teachers, and I feel like I'm getting a good education, getting prepared to be a teacher.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, Cleet, thank you very much for coming on, man.
Yeah,
It's been
thank
a
you
lot of
guys.
fun.
Thanks.
Yep.
Kenzie and I will be right back for the recap right after this. we're back for the recap. I mean, there were so many things that happened this weekend, or this week and this weekend.
Yes.
So let's get right into it. I mean, we got men's basketball. Unfortunately, they lost against Valley City. This was for the North Star postseason championship. So unfortunately, they lost 76-51. But they finished their season 9-17. So my heart goes out to them. But the women's, on the other hand, the women's won against Viterbo 59-54. They were down 9 points, I think, in the last 4 minutes. So they were able to come back. Their next game will be against Bellevue in Nebraska. So good luck to all the Hawks competing. I'm good friends with all of them. We got Shaylee Sheridan. We got Dakota Dosh. I think I missed Courtney Olson. So we got some Hawk alumni playing in this game against Bellevue. So it should be a lot of fun.
And to add that the women's win over Viterbo was a huge upset.
Yes, it was.
So that's really exciting. Good job, ladies. And track, we competed in our indoor conference on Sunday. Both teams won the conference. That's huge, honestly. And the girls, that was our 3rd straight indoor title. And as far as the men goes, that was their first win since 2018, which we just had Cleet on, and their last win was mine and Cleet's freshman season. So it's pretty exciting. I mean, and there are now 7 Hawks going to nationals. That's crazy. Which is actually a huge deal too, because instead of taking qualifying marks, they only take the top 16 in each event. So it's pretty tough to make it to nationals.
Absolutely.
So our Hawks going to nationals are Faith Brennan, Emily Kolstad, Dane Allen, Dakota Mansfield, Cleet Wrzesinski, and Hoyt Zander. And on top of that, for the all-conference honors, we had 18 women and 20 men get all-conference honors for the track team, which I would say that's a pretty successful day. Definitely.
So then we could have softball. The Blue Hawk softball team went down to Aberdeen, South Dakota. They went 2-2 on the weekend. They lost to Morningside 3-2, but won against St. Mary's 15-4. So they kind of killed St. Mary's.
That was Dakota Wesley.
That's what I meant. They killed Dakota Wesley 15-4, but they won against St. Mary's. I still had St. Mary's win.
Yeah, it was totally.
They won against St. Mary's 3-1, but lost against Jamestown 1-0. So right now they're 3-3 on the season, and they will be competing in Nebraska over spring break. So congrats to the softball team on going 2-2. And
pretty good season overall.
Yeah, good luck in Nebraska.
Okay. So baseball, we did just have a baseball player on, Brendan. So they will have their first season game on the 6th of March.
Yep.
Yes, in Yankton, South Dakota. That's a long drive.
You just got back from there.
Yeah, it's a long drive. But so it's pretty exciting to see the baseball team back, and they're about to get rolling here on their season.
And then how'd wrestling do?
Wrestling. So they overall they had a pretty good meet, but Payson Dirk will be the only one headed to nationals. So congratulations, Payson. That's a big deal. And this will not be his first showing at nationals, which is also pretty exciting for him.
That is true.
Nationals are on the 5th and 6th of March in Wichita, Kansas. So good luck, Payson.
Let's go. And then football. Football is now finally kind of back in season. So with other teams now playing all over the country, and they're playing their fall schedule in the spring, kind of winter. The NEIA coaches poll just came out, and the Hawks are ranked number 12th in the nation, which puts us in a pretty good spot to have a home playoff game. That's awesome.
That's exciting.
So I don't think this has happened in quite a few years. I'm not entirely sure how many years, though, but it's been quite a bit.
It's been a while.
So congrats to the Hawks for doing that. I mean, I'm excited just because I'm a student assistant on the team.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of nice not to travel.
For sure.
But it would be nice to kind of travel. So there's 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. So.
Well, overall, it looks like the Hawks had a good week.
That is true.
All right.
I think with that. Oh, yeah. We have our Twitter. We have our Instagram. Our Twitter is at DSU Heritage Fund, and our Instagram is at DSU Foundation. Thanks for putting it up on the screen, Trace. Otherwise, I would have forgot our own Instagram handle and our Twitter handle. So thank you very much, Trace.
All right.
I was going to try and say the Mandarin that Cleet taught me, but I honestly forgot it.
Yeah, me
so,
too. Okay.
You guys can replay this episode on YouTube and watch it for yourselves and how I said that. So I think with that, Hawks are up.